Remember we spoke about Chipotle yesterday in the live stream? I told you how they're always annoying. I always order the food online and it's 40, 50 minutes late. Well, yesterday they finally came through. And then when I ordered it, it was actually there. So proud of them. Really proud of them this time. But anyways, the entire crypto market today is not doing too great. Down about 5.4%. We're seeing Bitcoin down 4%. Ethereum down almost 10%. Binance Coin down 7%. The only one in the green out of the top 10 and really out of the top 20 cryptocurrencies is going to be Dogecoin. So today we're going to talk about what is going on with Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey. They had a little bit of a conversation between the billionaires, the Bitcoin billionaires, about what's going on with crypto, potential meeting that they're going to have. We're also going to go over something going on with Robinhood Crypto and their IPO, talking about Robinhood Crypto wallet, how it might delay their IPO. After that, we're going to go over a couple of crypto scams in South Africa. We're going to go over Dogecoin, a new promotion in El Salvador, and something very interesting with the former New York Stock Exchange president about what he said with Bitcoin. So in today's video, we're going to go over all of that. Just please be sure to like this stream. It helps me out a lot, really more than you know. So every single person who's here right now, please be sure just to tap the like button. Let me know in the comments, and I'll read every single one of your comments about what is going on, what crypto you want me to talk about, and let's just get right into it. So right now, the entire crypto market is down about 5.24% for the day. And we're seeing Bitcoin is at 32,000, dropped a little bit, down 4.75%. Ethereum down 9.54%. Binance Coin down 7%. Cardano down 6.68%. The only one in the green, when we're looking across this entire board right here, the only one in the green is Dogecoin. Nothing else is in the green. Like, let's see how long it takes us to find something else in the green. Okay, Shiba Inu, which is basically Dogecoin's little brother. That's the only other one in the green that we are seeing right now. Other than that, nothing else in the top 50 is in the green. We have to get to number 64 with Quant, which is at $93, up 30%. But other than that, the whole entire market is in the red for today. Not great, but there's not any major news coming out. Nothing too surprising with regards to new information from China, new information from the SEC. Nothing major has come out. It's just that we did rebound very quickly. And so now we're seeing things pull back just a bit. So if you guys are new, just joining us, please be sure to like the stream. It helps me out a lot. Let's see if we get this to 100 likes, and let's keep on going. So first topic I want to go over today is going to be with Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey. So with Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, what we have seen is that they had a bit of a weird conversation on Twitter yesterday. A bit of a weird conversation about a Bitcoin conference that is coming up very, very soon. And exactly what they were talking about is this. So in exchange, they said it was on Friday, but it wasn't on Friday. It was yesterday, on Thursday. In this exchange, they said, let's pull it up. Jack Dorsey said, the Bitcoin development community above all else, as more companies and institutions get into the mix, we all want to help protect and spread what makes Bitcoin open development so perfect. This day focused on education and actions to do just that. Then Elon Musk goes on to, do his typical just memes, tweeting back at him, "Buy curious." Jack said, "Bizarre. Let's you and I have a conversation at the event. You can share all your curiosities." And then they basically set up a meeting that they're going to meet, and this is going to be on July 21st, I believe it is, and they're going to talk about what is going on with Bitcoin and just share their thoughts on where they see it moving forward. This is exciting, though. This is exciting because these are two of the biggest names in the crypto world. Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter, Square. He has a lot going for him that people really, really like in crypto. Elon Musk, every time he tweets something out, the entire crypto market reacts dramatically. If he says, "I'm buying Bitcoin," and Tesla's buying Bitcoin, we see Bitcoin's price jump up dramatically. Then we see when he says he's not accepting Bitcoin, we see the market drop. So it's interesting to see that two of the big names who are bullish on crypto are going to come together at this B word. It's called the B word conference. They're going to come together at that, talk about what is going on with crypto, where they see it moving forward, and potential projects. Who knows? We may see Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey come together together and talk about something exciting, maybe create a new project, work together on something. I mean, Elon Musk has enough on its plate between SpaceX, Starlink, Tesla, what else? The Boring Company, Neuralink. Did I miss something? I mean, like, he has a lot going on, so I would be pretty surprised if they came up with something to really add on to that list. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin and crypto with someone else who's very bullish, someone who has as much influence really as Elon. The only other person is not as much, but sort of, is Jack Dorsey. So it'll be interesting to see what these two tech giants talk about at the meeting. But this is going to be one of their first like official meetings ever where they discuss crypto and the potentials of it moving forward. Next up is going to be with Robinhood Crypto. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but Robinhood Crypto has been making some big moves behind the scenes lately. Robinhood was set to have its IPO, I believe, this month, but it's gotten delayed already. It was pushed back until July. Now it's getting pushed back even further. A lot of it has to do with what is going on with Robinhood's crypto business. They've been making a lot of major moves here, specifically with starting to develop and roll out and hire new people for a potential crypto wallet, so people could actually transfer crypto to and from Robinhood. Because one of the biggest issues with Robinhood and crypto right now is that you can't, if you buy Dogecoin, if you buy Bitcoin, if you buy Ethereum on Robinhood, you can't send it anywhere else. It's stuck in Robinhood. You can't send it to Coinbase. You can't send it to a cold storage wallet. You can't spend it at any location you want. Mark Cuban has come out multiple times in the past and he said, look, if the biggest problem for Dogecoin and Robinhood right now for crypto is that people want to be able to spend their crypto at different places, different online stores. They want to be able to send it from place to place. And the biggest thing holding Dogecoin back, he has said, is that Robinhood doesn't allow people to send it or send it anywhere or spend it anywhere. So he said now that we've seen so many people talk about this with Robinhood, now Robinhood has been working on this behind the scenes. The CEO, Vlad Tenev, has said that he's gotten this question every single day. He's bothered by so many people, and as much as people are bothering him about it, he is bothering the development team about getting crypto integrated so they can have a digital wallet where people could buy, sell, send money to wherever they want. So according to a report from Bloomberg, which is, very credible, something that we could definitely trust, Bloomberg reported the news the other day that the SEC has slowed down Robinhood's IPO because of their crypto business. They've been asking Robinhood a lot of questions about their growing cryptocurrency business, what they're doing behind the scenes, such as their digital wallet, how many more cryptos they're adding. And what they said is that in the first quarter, so the online brokerage Robinhood launched its crypto business in 2018 and saw nearly 10 million customers trade crypto on their platform during the first quarter of this year. A lot of this increase had to do with what is going on with Dogecoin at the beginning of the year. They were one of the only platforms that was easy to buy and sell Dogecoin. And the other thing to keep in mind is with Coinbase versus Robinhood. Even though Coinbase has so many more cryptocurrencies than Robinhood, the thing to keep in mind with Robinhood is that there's no trading fees, and on Coinbase there is. So a lot of people that I know, if they're not too into crypto, they just want to get the basics, let's say Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe play around with Dogecoin, well, they go to Robinhood because it is zero commission trading for crypto, for stocks, and when you start doing larger amounts on Coinbase, it starts to add up. It starts to add up significantly when you have that commission fee on Coinbase every single time you make a transaction. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But Vlad Tenev came out and said, look, the company plans to hire a ton of people for cryptocurrency operations. They are looking to potentially have a digital wallet. He has said that they are working on the crypto wallet feature as fast as possible. They want to get this rolled out as fast as possible. He said this recently in a fireside chat, and he says, as much as people are bugging me on social media about this, about getting a crypto wallet implemented, I'm bugging our development team. I'm bugging our software engineers. He says, we're trying to get this done as fast as possible, but it's not so easy. So they just have to continue working on it. But now Robinhood's IPO has been pushed from June to July. Now it's not looking like July. It looks like it might even be the fall. And this is a pretty pretty exciting IPO that a lot of people have been talking about for months and months. Before Robinhood had that whole entire debacle back in January with GameStop and AMC, it was one of the favorites by retail investors to go public. It was one of the favorites by so many people. And I heard so many people say they want to get in on it early, they want to invest in it. And still, even after what happened with GameStop and AMC, a lot of people are still very excited about Robinhood's IPO. Not as many people. Some people don't like it, but it's still going to be one of the biggest IPOs we have seen in a long time, because it is an exchange where retail investors and regular everyday people can trade stocks and crypto very, very easily. What is up, Mason? Mason the monkey, Rachel, Giovanni, Christian, Lena, what is up? Brenda, thank you guys for joining us this morning. We are going to from now on, I think I'm going to title these videos more just like cryptocurrency news, Bitcoin news, and I'm just going to talk about everything rather than trying to come up with a specific title for the day. So I'm always going to do this like cryptocurrency and Bitcoin news. I'm going to try it for the next week at least, and I'll just put the date next to it. So you guys can always check out these videos after, and it'll be just all the Bitcoin, all the crypto, all the Dogecoin, just all crypto news in general for that day. I don't want to try and, like, people clickbait titles. They try and make things like huge major news. No, everyone just wants to see what's going on with the market, the big news for the day. So I thought, you know what? Let's just go ahead and title it cryptocurrency news, Bitcoin news, rather than try and figure out a clever title to get people to click on it, because I don't really care. It's not as important as just you guys knowing that this is going to be the crypto video for the day to know exactly what is going on. So if you can, just please be sure to like the video. It helps me out a lot. We're at what, like 50 likes. Let's see if we can get that up to 100. But let me know what you guys think of that. Does that sound good? Like just putting cryptocurrency, Bitcoin news, and then when you join us, you'll see all the topics on the right. If you don't like them, you know what? You can leave. You don't have to stay for it. And if you do like them, well, you can just stick around, see what's going on in the crypto world for the day. But I thought this is like the simplest thing. I thought, you know what? It's simple, easy, and not trying to like trick anyone or clever title. It's just simple. Thank you. Okay, let's get on to the next topic. So that's what's going on with Robinhood. Big news there. The SEC has been questioning them about their crypto business, and now it looks like their IPO is being delayed. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Other big news in crypto is what is going on in South Africa. This has been a developing story over the last couple of days, and South Africa, the two brothers who started a crypto exchange, disappeared along with $3.6 billion in Bitcoin. Now it's worth more, around $2.5 billion, because Bitcoin prices have gone down. But the founders of South Africa's largest cryptocurrency exchange, called AfriCrypt, they vanished just recently with about $3.6 billion in Bitcoin after telling investors that the exchange was hacked. But if you haven't heard of this story, the interesting thing about it is that, oddly enough, they had asked all of their customers, everyone who used the exchange, to not alert law enforcement because it would slow down the recovery process. This was back in April when the hack first happened. And then, so that was in April. They said, don't tell law enforcement, it's going to slow down the process of figuring out who hacked it, getting the money back. And so now what happened is, fast forward to now, 2-3 months later, they just disappeared. They disappeared completely with about $3.6 billion in Bitcoin. And this is just one of the biggest scams that we have seen. This would be the largest cryptocurrency loss in history over the last 10 years. In collective losses, there have been about $2.5 billion lost in Bitcoin. 80 of the largest cyber thefts in the past. That's how much they total, $2.5 billion. So now with this one thing, for this one crypto scam in South Africa, it totaled $3.6 billion. 69,000 Bitcoin were lost, and it's pretty crazy because the South Africa's finance sector conduct authority, the one that would be in charge of handling sort of theft situations with crypto, theft situations with finance, since they said crypto isn't legally recognized as a financial product in South Africa, that they can't really help. So now all these people who had money on this exchange are just sort of out of luck. And the 20-year-old and 17-year-old founders, they just sent the money from account to account to account, making it extremely possible to track. And now it's like basically all these people have lost their money. The site was just shut down, and no one has heard or seen these founders since then. No one has heard or seen them since then. So this is pretty scary. Pretty scary because everyone's accounts were frozen. The site is shut down, and it wasn't like it was a small exchange. It had over $3 billion in Bitcoin alone on the exchange. It was one of the major exchanges in South Africa, and then all of a sudden, it just vanished. They vanished, they disappeared, they sent their money offshore. Pretty scary stuff. That's why me personally, I know a lot of people who keep their money on cold storage wallets. So if they buy it, let's say on Binance or Coinbase, they might send it to a cold storage wallet, because then if something happens, they could just send it somewhere else. But me personally, like Coinbase, in my opinion, there's a link in the description, but Coinbase is very secure. There's nothing to worry about with Coinbase because it's a publicly traded company. Yes, something could always happen. Any account can get hacked, but at least we know that the SEC regulators in the US make sure that you're not going to get scammed from Coinbase themselves. Like, yes, someone could hack an account, but the Coinbase founders themselves are not going to be the ones leaving with your money. So, I always try and look for something that's secure, because that is really just a terrible situation to be in. Terrible. Next story, though, a lot of people are going to be excited about this one. We haven't spoken about it in a while, but I didn't forget about it, and that's with Dogecoin. So right now, Dogecoin's price is sitting right at, let's refresh the page. It's sitting right at 25 and a half cents per coin, and we have seen it rebound over the last couple of hours, really. Since in the last 24 hours, we're up 5.73%. It's really the only crypto that is up in the last 24 hours. Like we showed you here, one of the only cryptos that is up over the last 24 hours. And a lot of this has to do with some things that went on with Elon Musk, some things that went on with NASCAR, some partnerships that they have, and people coming out and talking about Dogecoin. So the first thing is that we have seen it bounce back quite a bit, and a lot of this had to do with what happened with Elon Musk. Elon Musk on Twitter at 7:03 a.m. on Friday, June 25th, he came out and said that my Shiba Inu will be named Floki. So anytime he talks about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, those coins do really well, because we all know any tweet that he says, he is one of the biggest people in the crypto world, and he always is promoting and talking about Dogecoin. So whenever something comes out, more people flock over, and that's why we're seeing the only two coins out of the top 50 that are up are Dogecoin, which is up 5.94%, and Shiba Inu, which is up 5.12%. They're basically up the same exact amount, both coins, and that's because Elon Musk came out and tweeted about his Shiba Inu, which will be named Floki. In addition to this, he also liked a couple of tweets about Dogecoin. This one was just from a couple of hours ago. He said, I'm old enough to remember when this was more than Dogecoin. It's a picture of a quarter. So someone just tweeted that. Elon Musk liked that picture. In addition to this, he also liked another picture where it was, he also liked another tweet from the founder, the co-creator of Dogecoin as well. It was just a bit of a joke, but either way, whenever we're seeing Elon Musk like tweets about Dogecoin, talk about Dogecoin, post pictures of a Shiba Inu, we see the prices go up, and now what it looks like is Dogecoin and Shiba Inu are really linked together. We see both of their prices follow the same exact trends. When Elon Musk tweets about one, they both go up because they are pretty correlated to one another. In addition to this, the other thing with Dogecoin, before we get into that though, if you haven't already, please be sure to like the video. Let's see if we can get this up to 100 likes. I really appreciate it. And also, right now we're at 65 likes. So let me know if you are number 100. And I know it's annoying to like the videos, but it does help out a lot, get these videos out to more people. And then I could just keep doing the live streams every single day with you guys. But anyways, let's move on. So the other thing with Dogecoin is going to be what is going on with the Dogecoin branded NASCAR car. And what happened is there was a race this past weekend. I mentioned it in a video just about a week ago on Friday. I let you guys know that, look, Dogecoin was going to be all over a car at the NASCAR race on Saturday, just a week ago on June 17th. I said there was going to be a car with Dogecoin branding all over it, and how you could bet on it if you wanted to, how they were going to be selling merchandise. The thing that happened was that car crashed very badly the other day. It didn't really directly affect Dogecoin's price, but it was a coincidence, at least, that when we saw the car crashing, the entire market was down and Dogecoin was down significantly as well. It was down 23%. So this isn't the first time that Dogecoin has been involved with NASCAR. They've had multiple deals in the past where they've either sponsored a driver and like where Dogecoin has been the branding on a car, or back in 2014, Dogecoin fans raised 68 million Dogecoin to sponsor Josh Wise's Ford Fusion car. So it's not the first time that this has happened. They've done it a lot in the past, but now this was just interesting to see that Dogecoin was on the one car that happened to crash. It wasn't the only car, but it was interesting to see that as soon as the car crashed, the price also crashed, and we saw the price down 20%, and it was just interesting. It was interesting to see that correlation, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this Dogecoin branded NASCAR crash had anything to do with the price dropping, or you think it was just a coincidence that it happened? Thank you. We're at 86 likes. Let's move on to the next story, which is El Salvador. And this is something that is, in my opinion, one of the smartest things that El Salvador could do in order to get Bitcoin and crypto more integrated. Because we all know that El Salvador legalized Bitcoin, made Bitcoin legal tender in the country a little while ago. And now one of their big promotions in order to get more consumers and more people talking about Bitcoin and using Bitcoin is that they are giving away $30 in free Bitcoin to everyone using the government wallet. It's just like when you download Coinbase using the link in the chat. When you download Coinbase, you get $10 with my link, but it's like when you download now El Salvador's government wallet, government crypto wallet, you get $30 added in free Bitcoin. So this is something pretty interesting. Their president came out just last night and said that El Salvador's government wallet, when you sign up for it, you're going to get a bonus of $30 in Bitcoin. The wallet they're using is called Chivo, and he explained how users must register with their phone number, national ID, which is known as the DUI, and once they are verified either with facial recognition or through a call center, they will get $30 in Bitcoin added to their wallet. This is interesting because he said they're doing this because they want the population to make use of the system and really make a push into making Bitcoin legal tender in the country, because the only way it works, the only way that Bitcoin as legal tender works in El Salvador is if people have digital wallets, if people have, good internet access where they can actually buy, sell, trade, send people Bitcoin, and if people are willing to actually make this change. So in the statement, the president of El Salvador said it will be the El Chivo app where we deposit the equivalent of $30 in Bitcoin to promote its use in the economy and to give people an incentive to use the application. They say that this is going to help boost the economy and help economic growth of the country. It's going to incentivize people to use Bitcoin and crypto in the future. You don't have to use Bitcoin, but using their digital wallet, they will give you this $30 in Bitcoin. The interesting thing is, though, only people 18 years old or older will qualify to receive the $30 in Bitcoin. So they only have 6.5 million people is the population. So it's not going to be all the 6.5 million people. So when you think about that, it's really not so much money. Like, yes, it's a lot, but for a country, what is that? It's going to be probably less than $100 million for them to get their entire adult population incentivized to move over to Bitcoin. So it's not too much, not too many people, but we'll see what happens. He said that they will guarantee that all transactions will remain in dollars. You don't have to use Bitcoin, but this is something that they are trying to push and get transferred over as the law will be enforced that officially makes Bitcoin legal tender on September 7th. And lastly, last story of the day is going to be what is going on with the former New York Stock Exchange president. So the entire New York Stock Exchange, their former president, his name is, what is his name again? Thomas Farley. He came out and said that in order for Bitcoin to exceed gold in market cap, it needs to be accepted more as a currency. He talked specifically about Bitcoin, where he sees it going, the upper end price target that he sees Bitcoin getting to, and also the lower end. So he said, first of all, right now, Bitcoin is something that he has spoken about on a few occasions in the past. He spoke about it back in 2015 when he was the president of the New York Stock Exchange. He said that they were going to establish a Bitcoin price index that would allow people all around the world to follow the price of Bitcoin. And since then, he's come out a couple of times, but just recently, within the last 24 hours, he came out on Squawk Box and spoke about Bitcoin. He stressed that Bitcoin was a very volatile asset it's going to continue to be that way because it is very new. Because Bitcoin and crypto are so new and a new asset class, they're going to be volatile. That's always what happens when there's a new asset class. He says he doesn't think that Bitcoin won't go up or even go down over the long term, but he believes right now, if we're looking at the trend, he says right now we're in the lower left to upper right trend, and he thinks that's going to play out over the next 5 years. So basically, he said that basically what he was saying is, look, I don't want to make a firm price prediction on Bitcoin, but what it looks like is that we're going from a lower left to upper right trend, which means that he thinks the price is going to increase as more institutions, more big money players start to get involved. So that's what he said, but he didn't want to make a strict price prediction. But when we're talking about specifics, we can assume price predictions based off of what he said, given the data. And from what he said he said, look, I think the upper bound for Bitcoin is now gold. Gold has a $10 trillion market cap. Right now, Bitcoin's market cap is sitting right around 600 billion. If we look at that, 600 billion. So in order for it to get to a $10 trillion market cap, what? We would need to 15x from where we are, something like that. Not 20x, but more than 10x, less than 20x. So what? Let's say somewhere around 16, 17x from where we are right now. We would need to have Bitcoin's price around that $500,000 per coin range. And he said he thinks that's the upper end for Bitcoin's price target. He said despite the fact that Bitcoin would need to be like $500,000 per coin, he thinks it's possible, but he doesn't think that Bitcoin can surpass gold just because Bitcoin would need to be used as a form of currency in order for it to actually surpass Bitcoin, in order for it to actually surpass gold. He said right now, look, gold has been around for thousands of years as a store of value. And Bitcoin, while it is making major moves, he's not so sure if it can surpass it that easily, given the fact that gold isn't going anywhere, and people who have been around for a long time in the investment world, they see gold as a very secure asset to invest in, hedge against inflation and against the stock market. They see that as something that you should invest in when the stock market is going down, because whenever stocks are going down, gold usually goes up. So he says, look, unless Bitcoin is used as an actual currency like we're seeing in El Salvador, well, he doesn't think it will surpass Bitcoin, but that it will surpass gold, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't reach 500,000. Still, based on his reasoning, the upper end for Bitcoin is 500,000. It could go higher, but he said he doesn't think that is very likely. Either way, though, that's a lot of stuff going on in the crypto world today. We'll take a quick couple of minutes just to look at all of the comments, see what you guys are saying about what is going on in the crypto world. But also, if you guys are just joining us, please be sure to like the stream and subscribe to my channel. Helps out a lot. Right now, what are we at? We just surpassed 250,000 subscribers the other day. And the big news today in today's episode was really just with what was going on with Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey. They're meeting, how they're going to be talking about what is going on with crypto and Bitcoin at that conference on July 21st. Interesting thing with these streams is that we're seeing, I just wanted to let you guys know, every time I started off, it's like no one is notified, or very few people are notified. And then the chart, what it looks like is that over time, it starts to let more people know, and then everyone starts to join late. I see that every single time. Every time someone sees my stream, they're like, I missed the first 20 minutes of it. But what's up, Randall? What's up, Rachel? You need some gold. Yeah, everyone does. Sent me $10 worth of Bitcoin, LOL. Yeah, Rachel, Coinbase does send $10 of Bitcoin to anyone who uses my link up above. They should give them new phones. Yes, they definitely should give them new phones. In El Salvador, right. So right now, the biggest problems in El Salvador with Bitcoin being legal tender is even if the government says Bitcoin is legal tender, the big problems with El Salvador is that you need to have three things in place. The first thing you need to have in place with Bitcoin being legal tender is you need to have great internet connection. If you don't have great internet connection across the country, it's hard for people to use it as transactions, send money to people at businesses in, let's say, rural areas, because you need to have internet connection. The second thing is in order for Bitcoin to work as legal tender, you need to have Bitcoin. You need to have like people who have good cell phone data plans. It goes back to the same thing as internet connection. And the third thing is you need to have people who have smart devices that function and they can't be breaking, because if everyone doesn't have a smart device that works 90% of the time at least, well then what are you going to do if you don't have cash, you don't have a credit card, you try to go to a place and your device is broken or you don't have internet connection, then you can't spend it. So it doesn't matter what the government does in El Salvador, even if they're offering people $30 in free Bitcoin, the one problem with El Salvador is that in terms of internet connection, they are the second worst. They are the second worst in Latin America. In terms of internet connection, they are only ahead of Honduras. Honduras has the worst internet connection. El Salvador is the second worst. So that's the problem, because the thing is, all the countries that are going to be looking at Bitcoin and making it legal tender are all the countries that are struggling economically, or it's not they're struggling, they're just not in as good of a position as the US or the UK or let's say other countries in Europe. They're just not in as good of a position. These are countries that are saying, look, we already use the US dollar anyways, and we don't want to be at risk of US regulators making any changes that could affect our country, so we're just going to go to Bitcoin. So these are countries that don't really have a strong currency on their own. So it's just something that we'll need to keep an eye out on, because these are countries that don't have the best internet connection, are not the wealthiest countries, so people might not have the best of devices, people might not have the best of data plans. So all of that you have to take into consideration and say, look, even if they put this law into place, it could take a long time for it to actually work. Alex, you've mentioned this before, I think, Alex. Starlink is definitely something that could solve this. But remember, people are still gonna have to pay for Starlink, and it's not the cheapest. It's not the cheapest. It will get cheaper over time, but right now, I believe Starlink will be implemented worldwide, rolled out in September or October of this year. I believe last time we spoke about it, I think it said September or October. They already have 1,800 satellites that have been deployed. Their goal is to get it to 12,000. So once they get to 12,000 satellites, they should be good. That should make it a lot cheaper, but still they are going to roll out the initial plan with 1,800 satellites, and that should make internet access a lot easier. If you guys are just joining us, please be sure to like the stream. Let's see if we can get this up to 150. Let's see if we can get this up to 150. Omar, I know you got me. Let's see if we can get up to 150. Right now we're at 109. And let's keep on going. Take a look at the crypto market. Crypto market right now doing a little better, down 4.8%. Again, the only two in the green are Dogecoin, and the other one that is in the green is Shiba Inu, number 28 ranked in terms of market cap. Everything else is in the red, but you got to remember that's because we did see the entire crypto market bounce back pretty quickly the other day after we saw Bitcoin flirt with 28,000, 27,000. We saw the prices bounce back very quickly. Shows really because of all the institutional support and all the institutional interest in buying Bitcoin and Ethereum in those lower price levels. The thing that is surprising to me right now is that Bitcoin has bounced back a lot faster than I thought it would. Bitcoin bounced back, and meanwhile, Ethereum is still lower than it was before we saw that bit of a correction. If we look at the last 7 days, Bitcoin is down 10.9%. It has bounced back very nicely. It dropped to about 28,000. Now it's right back in that range, 30 to 35,000. But Ethereum is well below $2,000 per coin, and we had seen Ethereum really staying above $2,000 per coin for a while. We had seen it fluctuating between $2,200, $2,400. And since we saw that bit of a correction, now we are just stuck under that $2,000 per coin range. Other thing going on, a couple people are asking about Robinhood. We did go over that, so I'll put timestamps down below for that once the video is over. But the big news with Robinhood is that their IPO is delayed because they say they are working on the crypto wallets. They're working on crypto wallets, and because of that, the SEC has been asking them a lot of questions about what's going on with crypto and their crypto business, and because of that, it's delaying their official IPO date. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. If you guys are just joining us, we got a couple more people who just joined us. I will be putting timestamps down below once the video is over for all the topics on the right. And if you can, just please be sure to like the video. Helps me out a lot. Helps me keep making more videos like this. Because the problem is YouTube, you guys know this. YouTube, they deleted my account when I did a video on Elon Musk and Dogecoin. They just deleted my entire account. Since then, it's like the views have been all over the place and it's just been all over the place. So it really helps out a lot if you guys subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and like this video. Anyways, other thing going on is let's talk about Ethereum really quickly. What is up, Rajan? What is up? Let's talk about Ethereum real quick. Right now, Ethereum, many people are saying that we are consolidating right now before we see a massive run up to $9,000 or $10,000 per coin. We have talked about Ethereum reaching $10,000 per coin by the end of the year a couple of times already. This is not something new. This is not something that we are just, imagining right now. This is something we have said for months and months. And according to the price charts right now with Ethereum, a couple of things that we are seeing that, in my opinion, could push Ethereum's price all the way up to $10,000 per coin is, first of all, we need to see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the entire crypto market start to enter a bull run. Right now, we have been consolidating. We're not in a bear market. Ever since we dropped from $65,000 down to $30,000 per coin, we have been in a consolidation period for the entire crypto world. So first thing is first, we need to have break out of this like consolidation period we're in right now, and that's that Bitcoin is stuck between $30,000 and $40,000 per coin. We can't seem to break above $40,000 per coin. Once we see that happen, then an entire crypto market would probably enter another bull market, start to reach new record highs. But we just have been consolidating since the second week of May. The other thing with Ethereum, which I personally really like, is what is going on with EIP 1559, which is a major upgrade that they have, which should be rolled out very, very soon. And the other thing with ETH 2.0. Right now, there's been a lot of stuff going on with Ethereum 2.0, and here we go. Let's pull this up. Valid points. Why EIP? I'm just going to show you guys this article. Valid points. Why EIP 1559 matters to ETH 2.0 validators. So right now, those are the two big upgrades that are taking place on Ethereum. A lot of the times, these things get delayed. Ethereum, its upgrades have been delayed multiple times in the past, but it's nothing new. It happens with Cardano. Either way, though, these are the two big upgrades for Ethereum. Rajan says, tell me about EIP 1559. We'll do a full video on Ethereum, but roughly what we're seeing now is that how much money is being staked at ETH 2.0 is higher than it's ever been, which essentially means that people are believing in Ethereum long term. They're staking their Ethereum for ETH 2.0, means basically they're locking it up. They're not going to be able to buy or sell it for at least a short period of time, or at least some of it. So right now we are seeing that people believe in Ethereum more than they have recently. Other thing which I think will be a major catalyst for Ethereum this year is going to be what is going on with the SEC approving Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, because right now we have about a dozen or so Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs that have not yet been approved, and we have seen that the SEC keeps delaying decisions to approve a Bitcoin or Ethereum ETF. Just the other day we talked about, here we go, we've seen multiple cases like this, but the SEC delayed the decision for the Wisdom Tree Bitcoin ETF. They also delayed the decision for the Vanik Bitcoin ETF. They also delayed the decision for the Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF. So we have seen 3 Bitcoin ETFs within the last couple of days all have gotten delayed decisions. And that's really because SEC is worried because they can't regulate what's going on with crypto. They can't regulate what's going on with Ethereum. And since they can't have control, they're scared. They get worried and they keep delaying and keep pushing back the decisions for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But anyways, that's what's really going on. Pretty small live stream today. We just had the main people here, like always. Who'd we have here? Omar, Rachel, the typical people who are always here. I appreciate all you guys joining us, but I think we're going to wrap it up for this live stream. If you can, please be sure just to join every day for this crypto live stream. I'm going to title it Crypto and Bitcoin News. Keep it straight, simple, not try and do any sort of clever title. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's really all I got for you for the crypto news for today. If there's a lot of stuff that comes out, we'll go again live later. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you guys a bit later for some more episodes. See you guys.